Another important element we have addressed ourselves to this financial year is the capping of money lenders' rates. As Csbag, we feel that we are just addressing the symptoms. Why are we saying that? Yes, it is recommendable to cap interest payments, but this is more complex than what it looks like. The real problem lies in the fundamental drivers that is driving expensive credit, even when reasonable price alternatives are in place. Why do people prefer to go to money lenders than not commercial banks? Why? I mean, it defeats the logic that you want to go where the interest rate is 100% and you live where the interest rate is 20%. This is very simple. It is because of government. Government consistent borrowing from the domestic market has completely crowded out the private sector. In fact, by September 2024, cumulative credit to government had reached 22 trillion against 24 trillion in the private sector. We compete with government in the commercial banks. So there is less money for the private sector to get money from, to get the money from. And as long as the government of Uganda continues borrowing domestically in the domestic market, I can tell you that this capping of the lenders' rates is not going to solve the problem in the long run. It is actually going to encourage black market, and the black market is even more dangerous than what is currently taking place. Government should stop borrowing from the domestic market. It's as simple as that. The day they stop, the market lenders, I can tell you, they will also compromise because now the competition will be very high, and everybody will be able to bring down these rates. The other element is rationalization of government agencies. I mean, whereas is an area that we definitely worked and promoted, we find out that it was a sham, it was mishandled. Yes, a number of things have been done, but we believe that we might not like to actually benefit from the one thing that we talked about last time. And why are we saying this? We are saying this for a number of reasons. Number one is that we never had a plan. We had a good idea, fantastic idea, but we never had a plan of executing this particular idea. There was no management of this particular grand plan. For example, where are you going to put the assets of the former agencies? How are we going to manage assets of the former agencies? That's number one. Two is, how about the people you're going to lay off? But for me, most importantly, is that you rationalize agencies. Maybe some would have left them behind, and you leave those ones that were really 100% calibrates. So really for me is that when you see Public Service Commission, Education Service Commission, Health Service Commission, Judicial Service Commission, all these commissions appointing civil servants still remain as separate agencies, then we have not just done justice to rationalization. Rationalization also meant we should rationalize government itself. How many members of parliament do we have? How many cabinet ministers do we have? I've told the people just removing one minister from the payroll is equivalent to a health center in a district. Health center. Just 1 year, if you remove a minister from cabinet 1 year, you can adopt a health center. So we would like government to revise the way it has done it. We are glad if a number of them have gone, but real government should have been able to do much more than what they have done. Government plans to have a 10 growth strategy. I mean, whereas definitely is a very good plan, but business must be unusual. If you think agriculture is going to help you achieve the 10 growth strategy, then please increase its budget from 1 trillion to 10 trillion. Then we can know you're serious about it. But we are hoping that government can put a comprehensive plan to achieve this 10 growth strategy by doing things differently. If you think that tourism is your number two according to the ATM strategy, then please don't give it pocket change. Strategically invest in this particular sector. On the front of domestic resource mobilization, we are still struggling. URA fell short of its target already by around 7 trillion, I think. And this projection, I think, we need to see whether we can be actually corrected. Otherwise, I think it's going to be very difficult to achieve the dream that we are talking about, the 10 growth strategy. So a number of things definitely need to work out and work out well. So 2025, I think the biggest part of 2025 is that 2025 is an election year, and you know what happens in Uganda. So much money is going to be in circulation. Election-related funds geared towards inducing voters, but also we are going to have these political projects that just come out and they die out immediately after the elections are over. We are not afraid of inflation. We think inflation is going to maintain. And why do we think so? Because you see, inflation in this country is not about whether it's not about anything else. It's about production of food. If we produce enough food, especially that we have had good rains, we expect inflation in next year to remain stable. But if we don't produce food, and the Bank of Uganda even increases its central bank rate to 1 million percentage, inflation will still be very high. So because we grow food and we hope that we have that very good rainy season everybody has planted, next year's inflation is likely to remain on its own. So as this 2024, we still see our economy still very resilient, but definitely require to do better in some critical areas to ensure inclusive growth. We want government to be very strategic, especially on ATMs, to ensure that we have proper resource allocations and better practices and institutions are done. But also is that it's festive season, and of course our warmest greetings to our warmest wishes